Namaste. Welcome. Welcome to my heart. Welcome to our Sangha. Welcome to our Sunday meditation. May our time together today be filled with peace and harmony, with equanimity, with love, with compassion. May you be nourished. May you be vivified. May you be healed of all that needs healing. May we be healed of all that needs healing. Let us begin with a meditation this morning. Most beloved and precious Ishtadevata, Namaste. O ye powers that be in all of your forms, manifest and unmanifest, Namaste. Most beloved Divine Mother, most beloved precious Feminine Divine, Namaste. Most beloved and precious Masculine Divine, Namaste. Most beloved and longed for point of balance at the sesamonic channel. Point of balance at the Ajna chakra. Namaste. We call upon you to pour forth your blessings upon us today, to vivify our bodies, our causal bodies, astral, physical bodies. Vivify us. Bring each one of us that which we need most at this time. Om Padme Om. On the planet Earth, you will remember there was a time when people spoke the same words over and over and over and over, just like now. Hail Mary. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Amen. So what were they doing? What were they doing? They're saying, hi, hi, I'm turning to you. They knew, the people knew, they had to do something. Within you, within me, there exists the masculine, the feminine, equal parts. If I'm born in this feminine body, this time the feminine demonstrates more strongly, right? Next time I'm born in the masculine body, the masculine demonstrates more strongly. But within our astral bodies, they exist equally. The masculine, the feminine. It's a great mystery revealed today. This day in America, in Australia, in the UK, and many countries, it's a day we honor mothers. We call it Mother's Day. But if you were in Norway, in Denmark, that day was celebrated a few months ago. In France, the day was celebrated. The day will be celebrated at the end of May. So February, March, April, May, that day of honoring the mothers is celebrated somewhere in the world. People have picked the day. Now, when a child begins to speak, they make sounds. If you've studied Sanskrit, you know that the sounds of the Sanskrit alphabet are pure sounds. And those sounds have with them a state of consciousness. And so you don't have to do anything. You know, one of the ways to enlightenment is to repeat the sound over and over and over again. One of the ways to enlightenment, excuse me. I forgot. Excuse me. One of the ways to enlightenment is to repeat the same sound over and over and over again. It's called japa. Pa pa ga ga ma. Pa pa ga ga ma. Pa ma. Pa ma. Isn't that interesting? Two letters, not words, two letters in the Sanskrit alphabet. One, a child might repeat when it first is born, papa, or ma. We look at the chakra system, and we look at the letters that go to the chakra system, and we have Om Namo. Om Namo. In some languages, that mo that hits at the Mars center is the word that begins with mother. I began with this beautiful prayer that was written by a number of different people over a long period of time, and primarily written to be sung to music. Hail Mary, I'm calling upon the Divine Mother. I'm saying hello. And so what has happened? From me, I have to turn and greet. It is said in yoga that God is powerless. It is said in mysticism that God is powerless until you, my beloved, turn and say, Namaste, hail, hello. And then the power flows forth in unending capacity. Hail Mary, Mother of God. Well, again, speaking mystically, God means in mysticism the good, life. And so we're saying this, I'm honoring, I'm calling upon that which has given birth to life. I'm calling that which has given birth to the good. God is a contraction of a tetragrammaton, one of the most sacred forms of language, G-O-O-D in English, or in German, G-O-T-T, Gott. It's simplified, it's condensed, it's brought down into its essence. This is good. This is a very positive thing. And so we say, there it is. The good. Hail Mary, you who have given birth to the good, that form of consciousness which has given birth to the good. Holy Mary, Mother of God. Hail Mary, full of grace, excuse me, I don't want to forget that, full of grace. Why is she full of grace? Why are we saying that this form of consciousness is full of grace? Because the Lord is with thee. But what is the Lord? The Lord is your masculine state of consciousness. The Lord is the divine in its balanced state of consciousness. The Lord is also the Lord of the manor, that who dwells with you, who dwells within you, who is able to bring unto you all that you need, everything that you need will be brought unto you. The Lord is with you, and thus you are full of grace. Now you can take that and say, as we would in Kriya Yoga, well, how do I bring the Lord to me? How do I bring the Lord to me? Through attunement to your chosen form of the divine, to attunement to your Ishta Devata, the form of life that you feel represents to you that which is the most vital to you of the good, of the good. And we say, blessed are you among the women. Well, why is she blessed? She's blessed because she knows that the good is in her. The good is within you. It's within me. It's within us. The Lord is present. The divine is present. Disguised a little bit sometimes, but present. Present here at your sun center. Sometimes hard to find, but always there. The light of the divine is always there. It is within you. It is around you. It is in all of the forms of the divine. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, it is said. Now, you could take that and say, well, what is the womb? And does that only apply to those with the feminine body? No. Blessed is the fruit of your creativity. Blessed is the fruit of your creative energies. Blessed are your creative capacities. You have the capacity to create beauty, to create love, to create joy, to create equanimity in your life. You have the capacity to find greater peace and harmony. And there is a lot of help for that. There's a lot of help. There are a lot of beings in the world that will help you, a lot of human beings and other beings, your four-legged beings, and all of those that you cannot see who are here from the other planes of reality. So never think that it means only those humans that you bring forth or that a woman brings forth. Within every soul exists the creativity that comes from the feminine part of our being. Now the masculine part is getting it out into the world. That's Swami Mayananda, whose photo is right behind me with Goswami Kriyananda. Swami Mayananda is a absolutely talented artist. She has created art from paints. She loved watercolors, but she also used acrylics. Big pieces of art, small pieces of art, left thousands of pieces of art. Some of us are lucky enough to have some of it in our homes. She also created a lot of digital art. In time, she began to work with her Mac and converted her creativity to computer-generated, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creations. She didn't have children. She didn't give birth to human children, but she had children. She had creations that brought beauty to the world, that brought joy and love and wonder, and lifted consciousness, lifted consciousness to the world. So too, do you do the same thing? So too, do you have the creation capability? Blessed is the fruit of thy womb. And the prayer in the Catholic, the Christian tradition says, blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. The fruit of your womb is the state of consciousness at your sun center, your ajna state of consciousness, your balanced state of consciousness, where the divine within you exists. This is the Christ state of consciousness, the Krishna state of consciousness. It is within you. Through your meditation, you too can turn and find and attain that state of consciousness. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb. Blessed is your creative energy, your meditative energy, your efforts to create a state in which you return to a state of balance. Holy Mary. Again, we are praising Holy Mary, that which has given birth to the Lord. We call upon her and say, pray for us now, right now, please. What does it mean to pray? It means to balance your energies and send them forth and bless us. It doesn't mean to petition. It means to radiate forth the goodness that thou art, radiate it forth that we might drink of it, that we might sup upon it. Now there's a word that was added in to this prayer in some traditions. And it's worth mentioning. And that word is sinner. Sinner. But if you go back to the ancient language, if you go back to Hebrew, to Aramaic, the languages of old, sinner simply meant someone who missed the mark. And we teach our seminarians this. We all miss the mark, my beloved. We all do. We all have to ask for forgiveness. We all say things we wish we hadn't said. We all say things in tones that are heard, not in the way we meant them, but in the way that is hurtful to another. And we do that by speaking at the wrong time, with the wrong words, you know. We make mistakes. If I ever meditate with you and I don't say goodbye to you, and I end the meditation, Please, no, do not be hurt. Please do not be hurt. Sometimes up in the ethers, you feel like the other people can feel what you're radiating. Not so wise. We need to be polite and say, Namaste. It was wonderful being with you, so that we don't unintentionally hurt. We ask for the blessing of the divine now and at the hour of the death of the physical body, the hour in which we leave the physical body. You don't die, you're immortal. And actually, your physical body doesn't die. It just separates from your spirit and continues to evolve and devolve in its different forms. Like the gold that becomes the ring, that becomes the key, that becomes the coin, that returns to the gold. Now, what can you do to attune to the divine feminine? And why would you? You saw that this morning I created a different altar. And you see that upon the altar is a murti of the Divine Mother in one of her forms. She's there because she was my mother's. And on this day, I wanted to share her with you. You often see her behind me. But she was a murti that my mother really loved very much, prayed to, attuned to. And took what was there outside and brought it within. Not long ago, I was in Spain, in a beautiful church in Spain. And I was given this photograph of the Divine Mother as she is depicted in a church in Rondo. Beautiful, you can see. There are other forms. Our Lady of Guadalupe. Now she's powerful. Powerful symbol, very powerful symbol. The tradition in Mexico is that you have a photograph of Our Lady of Guadalupe in your home. And several centuries ago, there was a war. Many people left Mexico and they went to the Philippines. They returned years later as the wars broke out in the Philippines. Religious wars broke out. And the Mexican government issued a directive. If anyone in the family had a picture of Our Lady of Guadalupe, the whole family could come back to Mexico with full citizenship rights. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? What the power of the Divine Mother can be to part ways. Now you think it's this, right? You think, well, what is she doing keeping that? Well, it was my mother's, so I'm keeping it close to me today. And who knows what government will let you in or keep you out. It's not why we do it. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say to you that all of these manifestations of the divine are within you. You have to attune to them. And many of you have. On this day, when we here in America honor, and in Australia and in other parts of the world, in the UK, and we honor those who gave birth to us. It is a time to turn inward and to recognize the power of that state of consciousness and the power of that form of life, the power of that form of the divine. Now I'm going to stop and I'm going to make a switch here. So watch it. The masculine and the feminine, one does not have superiority over the other, all right? But mystically, there is a priority. In logic, that which comes first has a priority, or that which comes behind. That which is first and last become the most important. You know, you go to a wedding and the flower children come first, and then the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, and then the bride last. The bride comes last. The first and the last are that which is most important. When you incarnate into these bodies, when you chose to incarnate into these bodies, you circled around the spine of your birth mother. Your soul circled around the spine of your birth mother. And in circling around the spine of your birth mother, you did this for 3 months. 2.5 months come by. And what you're doing is, I would say, assessing. Is this soul whose spine you are circling around have the karma that you wish to link to in this incarnation? And that is the question really becomes to each soul. What is it that you need to understand the most during your human incarnation? What do you need to understand? And I have heard from a number of you, and I know that some of you have had birth mothers that have not met your expectations. They've been humans, and they have done things that were hurtful. They've done things that you don't understand. But somehow, in having those experiences, we learn. Even if the learning is, as my guru often said to me, don't want to be like that. Nope, don't want that. Thus, what do I do differently that I don't have that? Is always the question. What do I do differently that I don't have that, if I don't want to be like that? Therefore, the creativity comes first. The moon comes first. Yet the moon and the sun come together. The masculine and feminine come together. The energies come together. They are brought together in the sesamonic channel. They're not separate. They are together. Masculine, feminine, brought together into the state of balance. But always, there must be some movement for the energy to be released. There must be some movement. And that movement comes from the feminine energy. The movement comes from your, if we would say it. You're desiring your emotions, your feeling states when they are balanced. Even the feeling states. In a feeling state, you don't have to move. You have the answer. There is no meaning, no need to move. But in an emotional state, there is a need to move, to do something. So maybe we need to reflect on motherhood to know what to do spiritually. Maybe we need to reflect on that dharma, the dharma of the mother, and what it means. Well, to soften your karma, one of the first things that you need to do to soften the karma is to come behind the others. Now, who are the others? I'm not talking about coming behind all of your children or all of your creations. I'm not talking about coming behind, letting people walk all over you in the world. But as my guru would say, it is setting aside all of the little desires of the ego, the desire for this thing or this accomplishment or that accomplishment, or to say this or to say that. Set it aside that you might attune to yourself, your true self, not the ego self, not the ego self, the true self. You know, the function of a mother so often, whether a woman gives birth to a child with her physical body, or she draws a child into her life, cares and nurtures the child, whether it is a being that, we joke about these four-legged beings, but it's no joke. The cats, the dogs, the birds that come to live with you, they're a great blessing. They are a great, great, enormous blessing in your life. And sometimes you would find that they come and that they are more healing to you than human children can be. Forgive me for saying that. I don't mean to offend those of you that have human children, and don't mean to minimize them. But a mother, the role of a mother, requires the soul to put aside their wants, their needs, their desires, many times their own dreams and aspirations for their child, to provide opportunity for their child. I was talking to a beautiful soul the other day, listening to a beautiful soul the other day. And she was having problems with the parents, both mother and father. And said, they did this and this and this and this, which caused me great emotional harm. And, and that's bad. And I agree with her. I understand. I agree with her. But I said to her, well, you know how to read, right? Yes, yes. You had a good education, right? Yes, yes. You've been well employed and know how to take care of yourself, right? Yes, yes. Well, they did that. They did that. They fed you, they nourished you. And for some of you, I know you've had parents who have not even done that. But let me tell you, they gave you for what we on earth consider to be the most sacred thing. This body that has allowed you to live on this planet, to live on this plane of existence, to walk your way to self-realization, to remembering who and what you are, to remember the divine that you are. And so putting yourself behind others means to soften your personality ever more, ever more, ever more. Be willing to say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Forgive me. I did not mean to hurt you. Forgive me if in my carelessness and my humanness, I hurt you. I caused you pain. I am deeply, deeply sorry. To be able to say that to another soul and to genuinely feel it and radiate it is something that we all need to pick up and to do. And that is putting your ego self behind others. That is putting the ego self in second place. Now I'm going to switch again. What's the problem? What's the problem with this role of mother, this dharma, this duty, this function? And how does it affect you, whether you're masculine or feminine? How does it affect you as you walk through your life? Well, many of you had the experiences as children, as babies, being born, and everybody was so glad to see you. They were just glad you were there. You've all had periods of your life where, whether you remember it consciously or not, your parents, your mother, your loved ones were so glad to see you. They were just thrilled to pieces to be in your presence. But then mama and papa, you reach a certain age, mama and papa begin to expect you to behave in a certain way. Okay. So that unabashed acceptance, what happens? Well, you're expected to pick up your clothes off the floor in your room. You're expected to help set the table with dinner. I hope. You're expected to be polite and courteous. You're expected to study and to learn. But here's what happens. This is really mystically, spiritually, this is the problem. With that change, with a change in expectations, there comes a feeling state within you that in order to be loved, you must do something. In order to be loved, your parents love you because, and it's not just your parents, you begin to feel that you are loved because of things, because of what you do, because of how you behave. That love can become if love. I will love you if. I love you because I love you if. And then you get to the end of the incarnation. You get to the end of this incarnation. And you don't remember that you're good. You don't remember your goodness. You don't remember your good deeds. Because you've had too much of arguing and fighting and too much of I'll love you because, I love you if. So you got to do something. And I suggest that you begin to do it now. I suggest that now you say, okay, I need to see what I've done today. At the end of every day, you need to see, was there something good I did today? You need to feed that pot of goodness. So within your consciousness, you attune to the good. You could say, okay, I did something good. Now, maybe that goodness was that you kept your mouth shut when you wanted to say something. Maybe that goodness was that you listened. Maybe that goodness was that you said thank you to someone. Maybe that goodness was that you were in a store and you saw somebody who looked beautiful. They'd obviously taken a lot of time to get dressed nicely. And you just simply say, oh, you just look so beautiful today. Nothing offensive, you just look radiant today. Or you see someone who needs something, you say, here, please take this. May this be of help to you. You write a note to someone that they will be blessed by your words. And then you remember at the end of the day, when you're getting ready for the ritual of the moon, the ritual to turn inward, you remember. And you take that goodness that you are and you put it in a gargantuan pot. Maybe you make a magical pot that you start out small so it looks full really fast. It looks full really fast, but it grows. And before you know it, you see your mind, you've trained your mind to the habit of seeing your goodness. So when you get to the end of your incarnation, you remember your goodness. You can say, yes, I've been good. I've been good. I've been a good friend. Maybe there were things that I did where I missed the mark. But using my guru's words, you have oodles and scoops of goodness within you that you have strengthened and vivified to draw upon, so that is what you will remember when you leave. What you do every day is what you're going to remember when you leave this incarnation. Make it something joyful. Make it something worthwhile. And if you're close to the end, that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. We are all closer than we think we are. But it's just the end of this form. You're going to come back again and again and again and again until you achieve oneness with the good, oneness with life, and you no longer generate karma. And so I say to you on this day, honoring my beloved mother, my mother-in-law, the women who have been of great help and influence to me, my beloved father, Cancer soul, the sign of the zodiac that is the nurturing, caring being. Remember your goodness. If there's any good that you get, any joy that you get, any lessening of your pain, any remembering of happiness, any being happy in this moment that you get, I offer it to them and to my most beloved and precious Guru, whose nurturing and loving care to sustain the teachings that are a blessing for all of us. At least when I come on Sundays, in meditating and looking for your needs, feeling your needs all week long, trying to feel what you need. It is because of him that I am able to do that. It is calling upon his care that I am able to do any of this, to share with you at all today. And so the rest of our time will be in meditation. Enough words. Remember the good. Remember, hi, hello. It's so good to be with you. You sit down to meditate, and it should be, you should turn, not, oh God, my back is uncomfortable, my knees are uncomfortable. No, neti. Hello, hi, I'm so happy to be here with you. You turn inward and you attune to the divine that you are. Namaste. And let us turn to meditate. Place your hands upon your lap in the Om Mudra, bringing the index finger and the thumb together, facing the hands upward, cupping them upward. Place them on the thighs. Turn your head to the left with a double exhalation. Bring your head back to the center, and now begin to watch your breath. Become aware of the coolness of the breath as it enters your nostrils. And with the exhalation, become aware of the heat of the breath. Now use the sipping breath, sipping through your lips as if through a straw, and draw the energy from the limbs of the body to the trunk of the body. From the trunk of the body, draw the energy into the spinal column. From the base of the spine, draw the energy up to the sun center using the sipping breath. Holding the energy at that sun center, move it out in front of you about 3 feet. It's a golden ball of light. And sweep it around your body, moving counterclockwise, first to the left, behind you, and in front of you. And do this 3 times. Expand that golden ball of light. And continuing to hold the energy at the sun center. Move your being, move your awareness out of the room that you are in, above the building, above the city, of the landmass that you are on. Move your awareness as high as you are able. Continue to move upwards. You feel you can no longer move higher. Stop for a moment. And now continue again. Just a little bit higher. You find yourself in the grove of meditation. Feel the sun and moon pouring their light energy upon you. In front of you, you see a building. It feels like home, a comfortable, warm, nurturing home, sacred. It is a shrine built for you. Enter into it. Feel the light emanating forth from the walls of the shrine. Walking to the back, enter into the pool of light that you see. At this moment, that pool of light feeds you and nurtures you. You see a waterfall of light. Walk towards that and stand within it. Feel the healing, nurturing light pouring down upon every cell of your being. Om. 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 through the light, above the light, within the light, you see and feel the divine. You see and feel the blessings of life, the blessings of the Divine Mother pouring upon you at this moment. That all of your needs will be filled at this moment. Feel the light nourishing, vivifying, strengthening your being, allowing you to see your own goodness. Om. Amen. Om. 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 Amen. Om. 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 Your being is full. Walk forth from the waterfall. Know that you can return here. The light of healing, the light of blessing of the Mother, of the Divine Feminine, the light of blessing, of nurturing, of care is here for you always. As you choose, the shrine may become a comforting home, a place of healing and vivifying, a place of rest. Return now, my dear beloved, to your meditation. May the powers that be bless you. May the Divine Mother in all of her wondrous glory come to you. May her state of consciousness bless you. May her joy, her goodness mirror to you that which thou art. All you have to do is turn, and the Divine Mother will be with you. The Divine Lord of Life will be with you. Whatever form is most meaningful to you. And at this moment, join with me to give thanks and gratitude to those souls who enabled us to be born onto the earth plane, to have this experience of living in this very special form of life. Send forth your own blessings in your own words to those beings. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As always, I thank you for the blessing of your presence, for your joining today, for your yoga city, your meditative energy. It is a true blessing to be with you today. Namaste, and thank you again for your blessings. Shanti.